So new this morning, President Trump says text of the U.S.-Iran Memorandum of Understanding to end the fighting in the Middle East will be made public soon. Speaking at the G7 meetings in France, where the president is now, Trump says the deal's text clearly states Tehran will not have a nuclear weapon. However, there is growing concern over the deal and its military impact. NewsNation Washington correspondent Gabrielle Caracciolo joins us from the White House. Gabrielle, the G7 leaders are applauding the president's deal this morning.
Yeah, Markie, the leaders of the nations represented say they will help out and contribute as needed to implement the peace deal. There are two main points. The first being the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. G7 leaders said overnight they will work to diversify energy supply routes in order to rely less on the strait. This after Iran said Tuesday that it could ostensibly shut down anytime they wanted under the framework of the deal. The other is Israel's military actions in both Lebanon and Gaza. In a statement, the G7 leaders called for an immediate ceasefire in Lebanon to protect that nation's territory, and also called for the end of violence in the West Bank, saying they would ramp up both humanitarian and rebuilding efforts there. As for Iran's nuclear ambitions, the G7 leaders echoed the sentiments from Washington about that nation never obtaining a nuclear weapon. Detailed negotiations over Iran's nuclear program are expected to begin Friday in Switzerland. This agreement is also expected to allow Iran to begin selling oil again, but only if Tehran follows through on its commitments. So Friday is the start of a 60-day test to see whether the ceasefire can become lasting peace.
And Gabrielle, here at home, there's a fight brewing over a new intelligence chief. What's the latest on that this morning?
Markie, Jay Clayton's confirmation hearing was supposed to begin this afternoon, but in a post on Truth Social overnight, President Trump says he is delaying Clayton's nomination to try and force a vote on the Save America bill. In a lengthy 4 a.m. post, the president said in part that he will keep Bill Pulte on as acting director of national intelligence and will not approve the renewal of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, or FISA, without Congress approving the voter ID bill known as the Save America Act. Now, all of this began when President Trump nominated Jay Clayton to serve as DNI after lawmakers on both sides of the aisle revolted over his plans to put housing regulator Bill Pulte temporarily in charge. That fight helped derail an extension of 702 of FISA, the law which gives the government allows the government, to conduct warrantless surveillance of the communications of foreigners outside the United States. It lapsed over the weekend, but Senate Democrats, like Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, say that if Clayton was confirmed, they would have been willing to pass the spy powers law. Now, all of that is up in the air, and it remains to be seen when one of America's most important foreign surveillance laws is going to be back on the books. Markie?
Gabrielle Caracciolo for us at the White House. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.